Okay, so you can see it's getting a little complicated, but at least I know what I'm trying to say. And you know, my father used to say at the dinner table, say, engineers have to communicate. It's like, yeah, I think I know what he means, but what's the problem? You know, speak your mind. So what I'm saying, I was trying to explain that in this situation, just read these things. This is right. Right? W right. Diatonic or pentatonic long pattern in the A, let's say. We're doing the A. Now, I want to just explain to you why we're doing the A. We were doing the C shape, but that was just for fun because you can do that pentatonic, you can do that diatonic short on the A. So there's no reason to fuss about, you know, the A being the long pattern here, doing a long pattern on the C rather, which starts actually on an S3L, S4L. Then you finally get to 5, 6, 7, root 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. It's actually better for me just to use this as my chart here, right? Now, the A is the next cage box up, but in the drawing, and that's why we're going to do the A, because it's the next cage box up from C. But in the drawing here, I've unraveled. I saw something on the news. There's something about um, somebody had unraveled. I guess that would be meaning that somebody had gotten unraveled in a situation. So I thought of this. This is the unraveling of the caged interwoven, you know, interwoven relationships. So this is in fourths. These big calendar looking things are in fourths. Okay, so the fourth of C is E shape. Okay, and then the fourth of E is A shape, and the fourth of A is D shape, and the fourth of D is G shape. And don't forget, when we're dealing with string shapes, when we're going up, let's take advantage. I put these here all the time, so they're here, and I don't have to go get them in another chart. When we're looking at string shape, strings go up in fourths, guitar, not cello or something. Strings go up in fourths, five, so root goes to four right there. There's a perfect example. But string shapes go up in fifths. A string shape, the A string shape's 5, 6. The G string shape's 5, 6, 7. The fifth of G is D. The fifth of A is E. So they go up in fifths like that. Now, as it turns out, there's a little circle of extra long fourths here. So C goes to E, goes to A, goes to D, goes to G. Now watch this. Up here, C goes to E, goes to A, goes to D, goes to G. So it's in fourths. This particular diagram is a fourth. Why is that important? Big. We have big baseball cards that are not overlapping. They are borderline neighbors. So that's why it's important to know that if we're doing a long C pattern here, aside from what we call frequently the missing fret, there's a highway in between the two properties. There's a river in between the two territories. Okay, that's the missing fret. Aside from that, they are borderline neighbors. So if we're going to play the long E pattern, the next pattern up that doesn't share any notes with it is going to be the A pattern. Okay, now these patterns are so long that if we're doing the A pattern here, okay, the E pattern is underneath it way down here. So this is the root note for the E pattern in my down-tuned guitar. Unpatted me on the back. So this is the E shape. Now the A shape is going to be where? It's going to be starting on the 5 here. Alright, and actually it'd be up here, and then this is also part of, let's use the drawing tool for a second. So here's our E shape, big old E shape, okay? Starting down here, I don't even get this. I don't even get this thing. I don't get this 7 here. But the long pattern right here is for E shape. Okay? I'm talking about the everything of this. These are the calendar big cards here, right? This, a fourth from that, shares nothing with the entire picture of the A. That's important to know. Why is that important to know? Let's look at the relationship between the short patterns. We have the C, shape C, and then we have the A shape C up here. But if we go to the G shape C up here, so let's just look at the box. G shape diatonic. So it's from this fret to this fret is the G shape diatonic. The C shape diatonic is from this fret to this fret. See? So there's no, between these two frets, they're just neighbors like that. So it works with the smaller frets too. So in the G shape, we wouldn't go to the D shape, we'd have to go, so we're looking at like large parts of the fretboard here. That's why I would say starting the C shape down here, all right, we're going to go to the E shape all the way up to the E shape when we don't share notes at all. So C shape actually would be here. Sorry, this is the C shape, this is the E shape down here. That's what we were looking at. We were looking at the E shape to the A shape, but let's just do the C shape. So here's your C shape. The long pattern's going to take it all the way up from this 3 to this B flat. From this 3 to this B flat here. Okay, now the 7 is part of the E shape. This is as far down as the E shape has to go. The E shape is not, and by the way, this B rather, the E shape's up here. E shape C. The farthest down it has to go is like it's half diminished, buddy. That's the 6 is nice. Okay. So all the way from the C shape here to this B flat is C shape territory. Yes, it is. Why? Well, because we have the missing fret. So it's actually not C shape territory. It's from this C to this A here. Then we have the missing fret. Now this is the missing fret between these two big shapes here. The actual missing fret in the key of C is right here, which would be between the 2 and the 3. You see how there's nothing there but labels, all accidentals there. Okay, it's right here also. That's the true missing fret. But between the C and the E in these long patterns, there's also a missing fret, because missing fret is always in between the C and the E. Let's look at that. Here's our missing fret here. Okay, here's the C shape, here's the E shape, is 7 root 2, missing fret 3, 4, 5 C shape. So in between that C shape and this E shape is the true missing fret. But in between this big gigantic